Here we are. So,
Okay, you're welcome. So as you can see the topic on the up there, I said let's have the chat about dating transaction. I noticed that some ladies, and I think most of the ladies of nowadays, what they do is if a man is interested in them or is trying to ask them out, ask them to that they should go on a date, they actually ask the man or they're expecting the man to stretch out, or to be the one to offer that, oh, I'm going to give you um this amount of money to fund to transport yourself to the place to where they're having the date, or even if he's inviting her home, and even when she's leaving as well, the man will foot the bill of where they had the dates. He will fill the bill for when they're leaving, and some they actually even that's when they remember their birthdays next week or next month. You know what I mean? So that's why I said it's a dating transactional, and some men or the guys that are growing up now, the new generation ones, they believe that it's transactional. There's nothing, if you don't have any if you can't do such things, you can't speak to a lady, because all they want is just foot the bill, just anything money. So what's your opinion on that?
thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sis Gorex, for having me here, first of all. For those who are hearing me out for the first time, my name is Anne. Just Anne Maura is my new channel name. I'm very pleased to be here. It's always a good space and very, very inviting. Thank you so much.
Thank you for
This is
coming.
it's okay, it's okay. So guys, this I believe this is a much needed conversation, especially as much as financial freedom is concerned. We want equality, and equality comes with responsibility. So this is where we have to normalize dating as as a way of getting to create relations for maybe a future marriage. This is what dating is meant for, you know. It's not
Mm.
meant for changing from this one to this one, from this one to this one. And as much as it is concerned, uh, on my side, this is my opinion. Please don't throw stones, or okay, throw. Uh, as ladies, we're meant to be financially free. We're meant to have financial freedom in that when I'm going to meet somebody, we have agreed, okay, we're meeting at this and this place. Let me find you at Java. So I will arrange myself, know how financially I am. I must even carry, just in case I don't find him, I will be able to pay for my coffee and my way
Mhm.
back home. What if something happened and you don't find him? Are you going to crawl home? You
Mm.
know. So I beg to disagree with this way of thinking.
Life, yeah.
I disagree with this way of thinking that meeting a man means you have an ATM where you can just go and withdraw even without the pin. You know, it doesn't make a lot of sense. It doesn't make a lot of sense, and we need a future where people are have financial freedom. In that, this person understands that it is their responsibility to transport themselves to somewhere. It is still their responsibility to bring themselves back and pay for their treats. We should normalize that. That is my opinion. Actually, Gorex, sorry,
Sorry, it's
I'll tell
okay.
you something funny about my country. There was a time that was a norm. That was a norm. Young ladies used to ask for. It was called fair. It was generalized fair. It was like send me fair, send me fair. So
Mm.
if you even if you meet with someone on social media, they invite you somewhere, you just tell them, okay, send fare. And when that fare was sent, the young and the young and the old both, they used to eat the money, switch their cell phones off or change, or even maybe give excuses for more fare to be sent, which was still eaten, to the extent that the government imposed fine.
Wow.
Our government had to impose fine on anybody who was proven that they have done that, because it got to be a national disaster.
Mm.
a crime because now these people were making it a business, you know. Send me fare, and some were even sent flight tickets or flight money, flight flight ticket money. You understand?
Yeah.
So if you went and show your M-Pesa, because we do mobile banking, if you went and show on your mobile banking that you sent money to this and this person and they ate it and they never arrived,
Hmm.
legal action was taken. So people stopped. People stopped. At least these days, it doesn't happen as much as it used to happen. You see, it got to a point that it became a national matter. You know, when something gets to a national matter, it's a big deal. Yes,
Yeah.
it was pronounced a crime in my country.
So is it that it is the guy that sends the transportation, the fare money that will be sanctioned, that will be in trouble, or is it the ladies that are actually requesting for it or that received it? What
So
you said happened from your country.
so it happened that there are young men who get into relationship with older ladies, and there are young ladies who got into relationship with older men, and also they use amongst themselves. So it was both genders. It was from both genders, and the criminal was the one who was saying send me and did not arrive.
Hmm.
Can you imagine?
Huh.
So they were
I just
considered
feel that
fraud to
some
do that.
people just put their life in danger.
Yes, yes, because this person, you don't know them, and they might get angry and trace you. You don't know what they will do to you. So you're compromising your security as well, right?
Yeah.
You're compromising your security as well. And you can imagine a lady who has children uh, um, uh, narrating how she has eaten that fare, because we used to say they have eaten it, you know,
Yeah.
or spend it on
Some
the.
people are so proud of it, saying, "Oh, they scammed they scammed the person."
Yeah, so you can imagine what effect they are bringing to the young generation, the future leaders and all that. But you can just sit at home and ask for this. You see how why it became it was announced as a crime, because you are sitting at home, somebody's working, you are asking for money, and you the money will not perform it, the agreed purpose. You see. So
Yeah.
that was considered fraud and crime at the same time. So whenever people are thinking about dating, put finance out, normalize putting finance out,
Yeah.
because
That's it.
people are not the same. We should always remember to tell these our brothers and sisters. People are not same. Some will be upset and they will trace you. You know.
Yeah. Um. I like what you said about they already they are putting their life at risk. Do you also think that this could have also could prompt the men to have ulterior motive, that since I have to fund your journey to and fro, because like we know some ladies, they actually even want the men to, if we are talking about taking a flight. I was initially talking about just maybe Uber, taxi, you understand? You might imagine those who live in a different country or different state where they had to, use the flight, and a man is actually funding such. And the man could be he will be nurturing his own mind on what he's going to do with the lady when she comes. Some men want to spend they want to spend the money they spend on you, on your body. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So imagine if the lady now get there and is now stiff in her face, body, and say, no, 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 not now, not now. You not think the guy will be thinking to himself like, I found your to and fro. I'm gonna pay for your food. So what do I gain? Like they will want to think of what they will gain, and their third leg is what the brain is going to. You understand what I mean? Like it's like the lady two are inviting the men to ask for or try to touch them. So you can should you only be asking for such if you're ready for them to have a go at you?
Exactly, exactly. That is definitely what is going to happen. That is definitely what is going to happen. And unfortunately, I will also share with you that in most part of my country and in most cases, when these people finally meet up, because there are some who goes, and on this juncture, I would love to remind any young person or any person who has the habit of meeting up with strangers to always think twice, because you don't know who you are going to meet. You don't know what they advocate for. You don't know if they are violent. And recently, we had a lot of cases of people being disappearing, and
Mhm.
maybe their body being found in pieces, and
Somewhere
some of their
else.
body parts missing. You see, so if you are going to meet somebody, even inside our country, these cases I'm telling you was inside our country. You go to meet somebody, you don't know them,
Someone
and
you don't know. Yeah.
because maybe you didn't share with your friends your location where you're going, you are vulnerable, you cannot get help, so you end up losing your life. A lot of young people lost their life. A lot of them have not been found, and this happens to both genders, because there are men also who are found thrown in the river and all that, you know. So maybe it's high time, because this all leads to greed. This all leads to greed. You are greedy, because if you're not greedy and you have good intentions, you will not ask anybody to finance your transportation or what you eat, or you will not put it in your head that it is his responsibility to make me reach where I am. That is out of greed, I believe. That is out of greed, unless the other party insist, and you know each other, and your family knows you guys. Because if you're going to meet a stranger, that is 100% you're risking your life, you know. So, yes, to answer your question, yes, this lady has put herself, or this man, young man, has put himself in a compromising situation where they will be at the mercy of that other person, which in my country we call sponsor.
Mm-hmm.
Many people, they call them sponsors. That man is sponsoring your movement, is sponsoring your meals and sometimes accommodation. And also, to my opinion, that shows loose morals of people who go to meet with other people, especially strangers, in private places. What is the difference of that and prostitution? I don't see the difference from my side. I don't know. I beg to be corrected. I beg to be corrected, because I stand to be corrected, because that is my point of view. If you guys are fiancés, if you're fiancés, that is a different case. That is a completely different case. And I don't think fiancés will be treating each other like that. You know, that you have to pay this and this and this in order to see me. Because I don't think that relationship will be having a good foundation. You
Mm.
know, this is my opinion. Relationship should not be based on finances. Relationships should not be based on finances, but a mutual feeling and love. If relationship comes from this foundation, I'm very sure they will stand strong. You know, but these are the one of if I want to meet my fiance or a friend who is inviting me somewhere, they have to foot the whole bill. Then you will be at their mercy. Definitely, you will definitely be you will definitely be at their mercy. You know,
Yeah.
yeah, you're not at liberty.
Yeah. And there's this one that I've heard, which I think it must have happened. You must have read about it on at your own end as well. That in the process of this, that maybe someone that they've not met before, even if they've met the person, and they are always demanding for each time they want to meet with with this fellow. They will always, anyone that wants to meet with them, the person must first of all bless them financially. You know what I mean by bless them financially, fund their um lifestyle,
Accommodation. Yes, yes.
accommodating. Some even go to the extent of they try to be smart, but they will tell the guy that they will be the one to choose where to meet, and they will choose maybe expensive place. You know, some will even send the guy a website of the dress they want to wear. All the guy needs to do is make payment, you know, all those kind of things. And now the guy now decide to make plan with two other guys, that when this lady comes, after I enjoy myself, you guys should come and enjoy yourself.
Just to make
To make
sure
sure
that
he gets value for his money.
yes,
Yeah, well, I'm not saying it's acceptable, for such things that so consent has to be taken. If the lady doesn't give consent, of course that's against the law. And but do you think the ladies are the one inviting this kind of thoughts from the opposite gender, from a man, a boyfriend, or whatever? Do you think like demanding for all this thing all the time actually? Do you think it this the fact that they are always asking for or a guy to fund their trip, their lifestyle, if obviously invites the men to have a second thought of trying to get value for their money. Maybe they want to invite their other friends to also come and have a share of the lady. Some ladies they don't need to force they don't need to force them. All they see is that once they see that it's more than one person, they're like, oh, but you were demanding for social thing, and because she wants to live there safe and go, she will agree that they should have their goal. And when she gets out, that's when she starts narrating her story.
oh my goodness, yes, of course, and that is why I say if somebody see that you are independent, they will not do such things. They will not. From what base will they do that?
Yeah.
So these people are exposing themselves to danger, to so much danger. That if, even is not worse. The worst is where they decide they will record everything and
Mm.
sell it to sites. Sell it to. It's a wild world. It's a wild world we're living in now. This is not where you used to call, lie, get some money, and then call again, lie. No, this time around you will be caught, you will be caught, you will be caught, and you will go through so much that it can affect you even mentally. So
Yeah.
to answer your question,
What you just
definitely,
mentioned now,
definitely there is.
okay, what you just mentioned, I just remember, I think I heard it somewhere. I don't know if I read that. The heart of recording. Some of them, once they have their goals, they record the issue, the thing, and they use that as a threat to the lady each time they want her to come, and she wouldn't want that thing to be on social media. So she will have to keep going on that's kind of against her will, but because she doesn't want what was recorded to be out there, so she will keep her dancing to their tune.
Very true. And to some extent, you will have you will have to return the money with more. It so
Yeah.
happens, especially to those children who are well off in their family, only they want to do that for fun. You find yourself in so much trouble. All those married couples who just want to, who think that they are being adventurous, you
Mm.
know, you find yourself in such a bad situation where you have to bribe somebody to shut up, you know.
Yeah.
It's so different. So you might think that you're being smart, but other people have already calculated.
Calculated,
Yes,
yes.
they calculated before you, and they see. Uh,
The kind of
they
person you are and what they want what they will do to beat you to your game.
yes. So many people have heard of people who are in even in debt because they have to silence these people just because they thought they were being adventurous by doing so. Many people do that for various reasons. One of them being greed for money, adventure, revenge to their spouse or such. But you end up in a very, very bad situation where you have to pay somebody to keep quiet, not to expose you to your family and friends or to the public,
Mm.
or you get the nasty diseases that are out there. You get physical torture sometimes
Mental
because
illness.
yeah, and that all
Sleepless
leads to
nights.
mental instability.
Sleepless night. They won't be able to even socialize well. So let me ask you, Anne, if in such situation, what do you think the victim should now do? Okay, we agree that maybe she's made a mistake. She's lived a rough life, or she felt she was smart. Maybe she's done it the first time that she's asking the guy to fund everything the guy did. The second time and the third time, the guy just feel like, you know what, let me. I had to beat her to the game and decide to, of course, fund everything she wanted, but make sure that she did the recording, and and use it like every time he asked her to come, and she's saying she's giving an excuses. She will just it will just remind her that, I've got the recording. I might just have to just send it out there to people to see, and she has no choice than to succumb, to agree to go and meet the guy, and the guy will do whatever he wants to do. So now that everything has now come, and she has now realized that, her smartness was not smart enough, that she has
Yeah,
met a match. She met someone. Sometimes, we actually teach some people some. Now, maybe the guy does not have such mind initially, but it was the lady's excessive demand that made him think, let me actually also have my way, since this lady is always asking for, you know everything, finance. Now, how do you think she should come out of this situation now, if she has finally come out of the situation? So do you understand what I mean?
yes, yes. So in this scenario, you have gone to meet strangers, and you have found yourself in compromising situation. It's better to come out and speak about it so that you are not manipulated and schemed. You
Hmm.
know, you're not manipulated and schemed so that you have to pay somebody for silence or something. Come out and clear the air. If they say they want to put you on media, go on the media itself. So that, because your
That's
mental
it.
health is important. If it costs you peace, it's too expensive. So go to the media and make a live or call a media house and speak about it. So that person doesn't have anything. If
Hmm.
they feel like putting the photos and everything is okay by you, you have told the public first. At least it's not them. But if you're still in the process, if you're still in the process of asking for that, for the transportation and all that, just know there is always consequences for your action. There is always consequences to your action. And if you are not mentally stable to handle the consequence of your action, you
Hmm.
better stop. You better stop. Don't start something you can't finish. Don't start anything, something you can't finish. And let's legalize working hard for our money. Let's legalize
Yeah.
working hard for our money so that so that we don't find any joy. We don't find any joy in receiving money from strangers.
So that takes me to another question, what you just said now, because I have a question before that, but you just mentioned something that just made me to want to ask this question. Let's work for our money. What if, because some people have normalized this act as their job.
My goodness.
I think he was in, is he an Ellen Akuya's stream that where I saw someone that has was username as something hookup, single hookup or something like that. So what
Oh,
if,
okay, yeah.
yeah, so what if this person has now turned this to their daily job, because that's how they can get their bills paid. If that's how, so to them, that's they are working for their money. What if that's their own job? Because some people have said, would I say, prostitution and all that is a job now. They said some in some places it's being accepted. Why, when we're growing up, it's something that everyone would like to wow and just cover up. They don't want
Yes.
people to see them. But now some they can't be bothered. They some even have a card. as in business card for it. If that's their own method.
I saw that in Dubai and I was like, oh my goodness, the papers are all over. I wanted to take the video, but then I thought, oh no, I cannot do this.
They will have websites. Some have cards. They have their WhatsApp. Yeah,
Yes,
that's how some maybe young guys or even some old,
yeah,
even my
young.
some of them they
Yeah.
log into this thing and to these people to some of them do this online,
Yes,
whatever.
so I was surprised. I was surprised. So in this big city, I find papers down. I look at them. There's a lot of half-naked ladies,
Mm-hmm.
but they write their massage. They write their massage. But normally, you are an adult. You will understand what is
You
going on.
understand what they're massaging, yeah.
Yeah, because it's a half-naked person. If it's a half-naked person there,
Mm-hmm.
and
So
they
you
uh,
know
they
what
they
it
leave
is.
their contact. They leave their contact, and it's thrown all over the streets. It's thrown all over the streets. So there are different ladies with different numbers.
Mm.
When you're saying that it is normalized these days, and sometimes it's just a business. Yeah, I remembered that. I took my phone. I wanted to just take a short video and upload. Then I thought, no, I could be advertising it. You know,
Yeah.
and I want.
Exactly. What you're discussing, some people might be using it as a way of even reaching them. Few weeks ago, I think it was early this year, there's a guy called Davido, Davido. He's a Nigerian music artist. I'm sure you must have been hearing
Yes,
his name.
I know him.
Yeah.
I know him.
There was a time we had um a lady was came out from, I think it was from US, and he was lamenting that they dated, that she's pregnant. The saga kept going on for a while, and later Nigerians people just they hook up they brought up the lady's account, and they finally said, oh, she has a, is it Holy Club or something they call it, that she does
Only
satisfy.
members.
Do
Ah,
you understand? Is it
yes,
Only Fan or Only
only
whatever?
fun. Yeah, only fun.
Yeah,
Only
only.
fun.
So when I've heard that, I don't really know what that really means. So I'm just later I got to understand that, okay, she has where she satisfy men. And
Virtually,
I
yeah.
think it was before a week after, or few days after, she had to record another one to say, oh, that Nigerians are coming after her, they are dragging her, but some of the men that are dragging her are also in her inbox.
And in her fans only, because
Yeah,
that is
yeah, yeah.
like when you're in your channel, you have members only. Yes. So
Pardon
these
me?
people have paid for this service. There's an amount of money that is paid for
Hmm.
you to be a fan only. So you get the perks, you get the exclusive and the first hand information. You know.
Oh.
Yes. So there's that going on. Yeah, yeah. It goes on online. You're very right. It
Yeah,
goes
she said
online.
people that some of the people that comment, giving back comments, or talking about her, that they've been to her inbox even while they are talking, that people are still coming to, they want to also have a go at her, as in so like you said that you wanted to take a picture of that thing you saw, but you now remember that you might be promoting them, and it's true. Why you might be talking about it, that this is not good, some people are using it as opportunity to get that number and go and visit those people, and
So,
help their
because
flesh.
they are very affordable. They are very, I hear that they are very affordable, as there are so many of them. There are so many of them. They need to pay their rent. They need a nice life, and it's a foreign land. Most of those people who are doing that are foreigners,
Hmm.
in another land. So you can
Yeah,
imagine.
yeah. I heard that some of them, maybe they were promised to, the one in foreign land, I mean, some places, Dubai and all that, is that maybe someone promised to take them abroad, and maybe they're going to get them a good job, they're going to settle, but by the time they get to the country, they seize their passports, they make them, that you don't have any means, you cannot say this is who I am. So they will tell you, oh, all the money I use in setting up or working you're traveling to this place costs so
Process,
so
yeah,
millions. So
visa
you have to
and
pay for it.
ticket. Yes, I
Yeah, the
work for.
ticket, to work your papers, to work everything. That means so it's also thousands millions, and you have to work for it. There is no how this person can get in touch with the people back home. Remember, they don't let them have their phone. They give them, I think that most of them they don't have phone until maybe a month later.
A lot of
So all
yes,
they do is that they just give them give any the men their room door or wherever to just go and service them, and that's how they've been living. They don't, they had no choice than to accept their new phase of life.
Yes, but I will just make a point of correction, because I have been in such a situation in my life where I was in a compromised situation, and I felt that my life was endangered, and
Mm,
I had to choose and to make very wise choice in every one of these country except Iraq, and
mm,
sometimes in Saudi Arabia is tricky. In most of these countries, we have our embassy, we
yeah.
have Ministry of Labor. If you go to your embassy or to any police station or to the Ministry of Labor, you will always get help. So what you need is just maybe some bit of money to help you reach the police station, nearest police station, or the
Mm,
Ministry of Labor, or your consulate, the embassy, your country's embassy. When you go there, you will most definitely get help. Alternatively, if you don't want to go back home, you are seeing that you're stuck between a rock and a hard surface.
mm,
You can stay in this country, which is not advisable. You can stay in these countries, but you can work undercover, as in you are not sure about your safety, because if the police come across you and you don't have your identification,
yeah.
you might be deported. And if this is runaway case. If your boss report that you stole gold, because that is what most of them
Most
does,
of them does. Yeah, they would
they will,
implicate you.
yeah, they will say you stole gold. So if they will say you stole the gold, you might go to prison. So I advise you stick to this first one. You stick to this first one. Go to the embassy. Let the embassy or the police know that you are there. And sometimes, in most cases, the police ask you, do you want to go home or do you want to work? If you tell the police or your consulate that I don't want to go home, I want to work, but here I am not comfortable, my security is compromised,
Mm,
I don't have meals and all that, they normally sometimes give you a chance. They give you a chance to work. There are papers they give you, and also they might call your sponsor and
mm.
ask them to surrender your belongings, your passport, and all that. So uh, there is nothing that advocates for such acts that most of our sisters and our brothers does, because we are living in a wild world where even the young men get involved in such compromising situation where they are doing these things for money,
Yeah.
you know. Yeah,
Um,
yeah. So that one I just wanted to make correction that these people have choices. They have choices even if they are in foreign land. There are bodies that are protecting them, because at the end of the day you are human, you know. And in most cases, especially I have experience in Gulf countries, in most cases, if you are the first one who went to report to the police or
mhm,
to the Ministry of Labor, they
mm,
will consider you first. They will consider you first. They will consider you first because, like for example, in my case recently, I came from Dubai and I didn't finish my contract. I was not feeling well. I was unwell, and it is sometimes considered a breach of
oh
contract
yeah.
because you didn't finish your contract, right? But because I went
You weren't
first to the
doing
authority,
well.
I went to the authority and said, I'm not feeling well. I would love to work, but I'm sick. I need to go home. I need to go home and make sure that I'm fine, because I have a child who's looking after
Dependent
me.
on you.
Yeah, she depend on me. So I was considered, because otherwise some people are very powerful, and you might find yourself just thrown in jail, and you're told, if you want to go, give us maybe give us $500 or so.
Mhm.
You don't have that money,
Mm.
$500, six hundred
That's what I
dollars.
was about to say. That you know that these people are bitter and influential too. They know some of them do run to the police over there. They do have those people tips. They have them on their and they have their numbers on their phone. So anyone that now walk in to report, they will pretend as if okay, yeah, they are helping them, but they will now call their boss and say, oh, one of your clients or ladies have been here to report you, and the lady will be thinking that she's actually safe and discussing with the authority, not knowing that the person also has is being paid. You know, some of them are on the these people's payroll, so they already block that channel of whoever goes there. I've listened to, or what did I watch it? I think I watched it on IG. The lady that was narrating her story, she said the lady that was their boss will even warn them and say if you try it, that they will bring you back, that she knows. And few people that also tried it, they end up coming back after a few weeks, because there's no how they will just tell one tales on them. So they have to just carry on. They now see it as a no, that it can never work. They have to just finish their contract. And once they now finish, they're finished. As in, they feel their life has finished, that they look so tattered. They have no other things to do that to carry on doing the same kind of job, because they've mastered it. They've been doing it for like 10 years, you understand, 5 years. So they feel it's nothing now, because that's when they've already now, would I say, they've they've taken their certificate. So it's not
Mhm.
funny though, but like what I'm trying to point out is some of these people, they are so connected to the authority, to people in power, that even when the innocent one goes to complain, or I tell
Yes,
their
yeah,
truth, that
yeah.
I don't, yeah, but these people still take them back.
So in that case, my sister, that is when I say prayers works wonders.
Yeah.
Because you cannot work alone. You cannot work alone. And you even get into conversation with God and say, God, I don't want this kind of life.
Oh, this
I
life.
want it better I go home alive. Because even if you're caught doing such stuff, it's still a crime in their land, you know. So
Mm.
that is where you just get yourself into prayer and tell God to just come through and help you as you try to help yourself out of such situations, you know. As,
Yeah. And
yes,
I
so
feel like,
nothing advocates for that. Nothing advocates for people putting their body for sale or compromising their body for treats and for anything. Nothing advocates for making even something like dating transactional. Nothing. You will always have a way out. If you cannot walk somewhere for your help, you can always call on God. And I'm very sure. I don't mean to preach, but I'm 100% sure that when you call on God, He comes through. He comes through rather than to do things, such things as prostitution, and blame it on not finding help. You know, because you had powerful people. I wherever I walked out of, it was from people who are very powerful, very powerful. If I told you who those people were, you cannot believe. I was not even sure. Nobody was sure that I was going to make it out of there. And to make the matters worse, my passport was sent somewhere very far. My passport was sent somewhere very far, and this place my passport was sent is somewhere where a lot of people are staying there. Their cases are never heard. They don't appear for mentions or anything, you know. They are just thrown there and forgotten. So my friends, the friends I met, because I could not stay at my consulate, they called some Kenyans so that they can host me. Those people are telling me, and if your passport has gone there, please just forget. Just sit and work. I told them if I wanted to work, I could have stayed there because I came here to work, but I'm not feeling well, you know. So
mm,
at that place where I was, I had an option because it was just somewhere near the CBD. I had the option. I told you I came across those papers. So I had
yeah.
that option. I had that option because I hear they love also tall and slender lady. But I know what I want in life. I know what I stand for.
Mm.
You know? Yeah. So this thing is so optional. This thing is very optional. People do it out of choice, on purpose. People do it on purpose. You cannot blame anything because every situation, there's a way you can come out of it. And when you have reached the end, you just call on God and He comes through. I don't know if you have been in a situation you said, God, this one I leave it to you. And you sit, and the
Yeah.
next thing you know, God does
I'll
His
come
wonders.
through for you.
Hmm. So, as much as we would love to blame people for our actions,
Mm.
in the next sense, we are more to blame. We have ourselves to blame. We have
There's
more.
a choice that take. It doesn't have to
Yes,
be that you're blaming the other party. Just take the step, the right one, and come out of that situation if you know you're genuinely not interested.
yes, and if you know that is not what you stand for.
Mm,
Yes, yes. So at this juncture, I believe we agree that in whatever situation you are in, the choices you make are entirely from you, not from the situation, from you, right?
yeah.
Yeah, because we cannot say that those people force those ladies to do such things, because you can always go to the embassy, you can always go to your consulate, you can always go to the police, and they write you a paper. They write you a paper that you can help you to look for a job as you wait, because if that person who sponsored you to go there say,
Mm,
I am not seeing her passport, what will you do? What will you do? You will need to work so that you can buy yourself a ticket, or sometimes they can tell them to buy you a ticket, but meanwhile, while you are there, what will you do? You will need to work, because maybe you have children waiting for you at home, because they normally does take their time. So you are written a letter which can help you to look for a job as you
mm,
wait. So you see, there's no reason for people to go in foreign land doing prostitutions, right?
yeah. It is well.
Mm.
We started off like just those normal ladies that just you know enjoy or believe in a man has to foot all the bills if they want me. you know Now look at how the conversation has gone into. So for everyone who has been in this position situation, or people that are going through it, she said it all. You can find help, and in the process of finding help, still continue to put it in prayer, so that if those people that you're trying to go and seek help from we are all human. If they're putting on the human flesh to just control themselves, maybe they've been tips or they have someone on their payroll or that they are under their payroll, that God will do what only Him can do. They would have actually even done everything free for you before they realize uh, maybe the contract they have with the other person. It's not easy, and I strongly advise that people that are going abroad as well for somewhere that you haven't been to. I strongly advise that your family knows your maybe how you're traveling, because that's why some people are also hooked. Some their family are not aware. They just know that they are traveling. They don't know how they got their paper sorted, where
Yes,
exactly they are going to, who they are going to go and meet. They don't know. So even if some of them are stuck for 2 years, their family can't contact them. They do not have a contact details. All they will tell you is, "Don't worry, I'll call you when I'm settled. I'll call you when I get there." And the people back home will just be praying and be hoping, praying and hoping. They don't have a contact details to reach these people from. They don't even know if they are no longer alive. It's just they are just living in the normal faith or and hope. So it's advisable that people that are trying to just make the ends meet, because I know people are complaining. It's not easy everywhere. People are leaving their country to go to another country where they could try and work and make ends meet or help their family out of poverty, of debts. You can imagine when some people's parents already have debts, and maybe the house they are living in, their father has used it as a collateral just to get funds for medical bills. A lot happens. Some
sure.
is because maybe someone their father just passed away, and the mother can't do it alone. So we've had stories that maybe the first child will just take a decision of, I need to go abroad. Let me make sure I fend for the family because I'm the first child, or the sole responsibility now falls on me. So they do not have mercy for or have any feeling for any man right now. So any man that comes their way is you must be built, and or the one that will now tell them, I can take you abroad, or I can take you to someone somewhere who can take you abroad where you can make money. Their families don't know all these settings, and when they now get to another country, they are stopped. They can't reach out to their families, and their family can't reach out to them.
Yeah, yeah. It happens. It happens actually. You're very right. It sometimes people reach there and they find themselves in this compromising situation. But to some extent, there are friends who come to the family, but sometimes they make it very hard even to talk to for those friends to talk to you. So yeah, there are those situations. By the way,
Hmm.
there are those situations.
That's deep. And just to mention that this does not only happen to female, not only to the ladies. We've heard some stories about some men too that were also in uncompromised situation that it wasn't what they want, but now is how to find a way out and get themselves free. I like the way you actually said you had to go seek for help and tell them you're not well. You would have loved to finish your contract, but you needed to leave. So if someone is so if you think you're stuck out there, nowhere to visit, when you're
Yes,
actually even trying to also travel, try and search for where you're going to, where they said they are going to taking you to. Try and search for informations, contacts, how to, in case of emergency, in case something happen. It's like me, I'm a plus size and I can't swim. Anything that has to do with water, even when I was really skinny then, I really have phobia for height, water, fast
yes,
motions, all those things, I've got phobia for them. So you can hardly find me, saying I'm going on adventure things or something. I just want to go and have fun and I'll be going over there. I won't. So I know I can't swim. Why should you be seeing me in the boats anyhow? When it's not like everyone is there, we have the life jacket, we have so many people that can save us. Do you understand? I can't.
yes,
I will be shaky. I'll be asking questions. My mind is always up. As we're getting there, I'm praying to when we finish. If you're talking to me, it's not going in. I'm just praying like, Lord, how many minutes? We need to get that. Do you understand? So
yes, exactly.
yeah, so everyone should know. You should know. Get get set for maybe where you decide they're taking you to. Try and get contact. Discuss with a few family members or friends so that in case they can't hear from you, they will start. Also inquiry or making a call out to say this person that has left with you. What is the situation? We know there are some agency
Yes,
too that
how is their
will still
safety? Yes,
say, yeah, they will say, oh yeah, they will still call. They are fine. We the our guy is not. We've heard a lot of stories because if we carry on like this, we'll finish tomorrow.
that
we've
is
got some
very true.
agencies who are like that. They are also shady. They know what is going on, or they don't even now have those people's contact anymore. They will say they will survive. That
What
after a
normally happens?
while.
Yeah, what normally happens when the agency from your country has already handed you over to the agency of the other country? That is
Mm,
where their job mostly finish because they are not responsible. The other agency is responsible. The other agency is working towards uh, pleasing the sponsor who is going to take you because that is where their salary are coming from. Most of them, because this is their office, they have employees, and where do they find their money to pay their employees and the rent? From this person who is coming to take you from them. So that is how it goes. But there are other powerful officers who will say so and so is not safe and all that. Actually, we are walking towards an era where all the ladies who go to work outside there will have their phone, their mobile phone, and their passport. So mostly you will find that 80% of those ladies who are on the streets uh, doing those shady stuff, they're doing it out of choice. They're doing it out of choice. Okay.
mm,
Maybe they carry this mentality of I need a man to do this, I need a man to do this, and they
yeah.
don't want to stay where they were employed because they feel they are not at liberty. They want a man to come and buy such things, luxuries. They want to go on cruise. They want all that. So it's 80% of those people you see outside there are doing those stuff. They are doing it on purpose. All right, so guys, as I was saying, those people who does that, because I have been in the same situation. 80%. I didn't say 100%. I said 80% of them do it out of purpose because there is always a way out. There is always plan B. You know, there's always plan B, so you can opt for the other option. And also, all those all these people who are doing it inside their country, those who decide they will sit down and depend on men, so they will be asking for movement fee, upkeep fee, and all that. Uh, that is just a vice that people, according to my opinion, that is
Mm.
a vice that people have decided to carry with them
That it has
on
becomes the
purpose.
choice that they have
Yeah,
chosen.
yeah, that is their choice. What they don't want to deal with is the consequences of their choices. At the end of the day, when the people get aggressive, they feel that the services are not worth their money. That is when everything blows, you know. But
Yeah.
you will not come here and tell us, by the way, I used to say I need upkeep, I need money to make hair, I need to go to the salon for pedicure, manicure, I need money for this and that, I need money for this. You will just come and say he's toxic or she's toxic, she doesn't do this, she doesn't do that. But if only you could normalize working hard for your finances, if only you could work hard toward financial freedom, that is better. That is a better way of using your energy, you know. It's a better way of using your energy, working hard towards financial freedom, than using your energy to lie and go on all those trips to meet strangers. As we were told when we were young, stranger danger. You don't know what they are up to. You don't know what they are capable of doing. So as much as you are doing all those things, be ready to face the consequences of your action. That is what I would love to say.
Thank you. It's not only for strangers alone. Even there are some people that they know these people, maybe uncles, some distant uncles. But it's always good to um inform someone else, maybe close family member, if you're having any dealing with someone. And it's also good for parents to, would I say, teach their children. Make sure you treat them to not be over demanding from the outside people. Like, even if they are not working, because if they start having a eye taste, there's a possibility that all they will be needing from anyone that want to be their friend is how that person can be beneficial to them financially.
Yes.
Like we've said that, try to work for your money. But at
And
the same
yeah,
time, some people, even when they work for their money, they don't want to spend their money alone.
yeah,
They don't want to spend their money for themselves. They want someone to still, there are some that they have this thing, but they still want someone
yes.
to be the one to buy for them. So learn to be content with what you have, and don't believe that you can always use your, would I say, body or whatever to get, to get someone to get things done for you. Else you will give them reason to find a way of also benefiting from what they've given out, which was the story that we're talking about. Some men that would just, they might also have a ulterior motive later and just decide to record or call their friends to also come and have a go. So,
Very
that
true.
ladies should just be very, very, be, would I say, be hardworking,
Vigilant, yeah, and be vigilant,
vigilant,
because you
smart.
might think that you're being smart, only to be outsmarted by the other
By
party.
them. Yeah. And keeping these things secret, things that you think is secret. Some of them we even discuss with you to know that you are not discussing with someone else, so they can
Mm.
carry on their plan. Once they ask, "Oh, are you coming with your friend?" If you say, "No, it's just telling me, oh, and I don't want anybody to snatch it from me. I don't this one." They are using style to know if you were discussing that your outing
With
with
it
someone
later.
else. So in case when they carry out their thing with you,
You're by
nobody
yourself.
will trace it to them.
Yeah, you are
Meanwhile, you think you're
vulnerable.
being smart. Yeah, they think they were being smart by not telling their friends. I know some people will ask that, would you show your man to your friends? Some will say no because I might go and snatch it. But you need to be careful the way you're being secretive when it comes to you being with someone else as well. Even if it's family member, just try and have someone. Don't keep everything to yourself, because you never can tell. When issue happen, you might not be able to save yourself alone.
Very true. And alternatively, if you don't tell me this is your man and we meet and we start courting, will you blame me?
I
It's
was
better
gonna bring
people
that.
know.
We're gonna discuss that next time. Like, would you show
Yeah,
your
yeah.
man to your friend as a single person? If you're single, if you're married, would you like to first of all see maybe they are going to commit? You know what I mean? We'll discuss
Yes.
that, but it's something that because if someone else go and start dating them, who would you be blaming? We'll be
Exactly.
bringing that on another time.
All right, all right. So I think that was my contribution, and I'm grateful that you chose for us to have this conversation because it's a much needed one. Hopefully
Yeah.
some young people will get some time to listen to this and will and also most of us because even adults there are a lot, as I said, even in marriage there are a lot of people who think that it is adventurous to do that, but it's not. At the end of the day, it costs you even your mental health. So I think this was a very much needed conversation.
It is, yeah. I'm glad to have you. And the way we started it, look at how far we've gone into the conversation. So many things we're just diving into a deeper one. And
Exactly.
I'm sure that we'll find people that will find this really, really beneficial. And if you have the experience or you've heard the story of this kind of a thing, you can please let us know as well. So we never can tell, this video might be helpful to a lot of people out there. We don't know who is going to come across this kind of video, um,
So,
discussion, and find it very helping. They might even want to send it to someone that they know are going through this kind of issue. Like just and Mawa said that you can seek for help from the authority. They do have where you can go and seek for help, and when you're doing that, also go with pray along so that everything work out for good. By the time you start saying, "Oh, I don't have any other choice, I have to do it," then it means that you've made up your choice, your mind to do it. That you now have a choice. It's your own choice to do it in case anything like that happens. So there's always a help out there. I hope people will find this video um very helpful. It's a good
most
discussion. I'm glad
definitely.
to have you. Thank you. And
You're
please,
welcome.
if you have not subscribed to and just and Mawa, please do so. You can see our channel handle on the screen as well. Is there, and my channel handle too is on the screen. So if you haven't joined us, please do well to join us and be part of the family. And we will be having great discussion from now on. If there's anything Anne wants to say, so I'll leave the floor to you.
Yeah, so I don't have much to say. I just want to appreciate so much that you find it nice to have me on this conversation, and I'm very sure people will someone will relate to one or two things that we said, or knows a friend who has been going through, or who is going through this and will get help. I'd love to also request that you guys, if you have any question or contribution, you just let write down on the comment section, and we will be sure to come and interact there. So thank you so much, Sis Corex, for having me. It's always a pleasure being on your platform.
Thank you. Thank you for coming. Thanks for honoring the invitation. And I do enjoy the conversation as well. Thank you very much. And thank
Alright.
you. Nice
Bye.
talking
Thank
to you.
you. Bye,
Take care.
everybody.
Bye bye. Bye
Mm.
everyone.
Bye.